So first of all, I think you have to be authentic. You have to know who you are and be able to communicate through your values, what your vision is, where you want to lead people, and why they should trust you and to follow you. And it has to be earned. It has to be earned not one time, but every single day. And I think leaders who recognize that they are accountable to the people that they want to lead are successful. We have an embarrassment of riches in the Democratic Party. I encourage everybody who has the confidence to put their hat in the arena and is willing to go through the gauntlet, this marathon called a primary season, to convince the people in the Democratic Party that they're the right person to lead us forward. I say the more the merrier. And it's tough. I've been through 2 presidential races, both in 2008 and 2012, and I'll tell you, this is early. And at this point in Barack Obama's first race for office, he was down by like 20 points. And so you can't read too much into where people are doing today, because you want to see how they do over the arc of the campaign. With the Me Too movement hitting Washington and reverberating all across our country, I think that politicians have to listen, and they have to recognize that their intentions aren't all that matters. What also matters is how their intentions are felt by the person to whom they're directed. If I were an advisor to the president, this president, and I'm not, I would say a few things. I'd say, number one, tell the truth. The American people deserve to have you be honest with them. Young people are looking up to you as a role model, and character and integrity are important, and it begins with being honest. The other thing I would say is don't put yourself first. You're there to serve, and if you get caught up in yourself, then you're going to take your eye off the ball. So remember that this is about service and doing what's in the best interest of the American people. And finally, I'd say resist the temptation to be impulsive. The job is one where the entire world is watching every move, every sound, every tweet that you make. And so it's easy to respond and react in emotion. What's a lot harder is to have the strength to keep quiet and think and deliberate and speak as though you know the entire world is watching, because they are. I did think about it at one time. There was a time when I thought about running for mayor of Chicago. I didn't. There was a time when I thought about putting my name in the hat for President Obama's seat in the Senate when he won the presidency. And I decided, at his suggestion, to go to the White House instead. At this stage of my life, what I really am interested in doing is helping the next generation prepare to run for office or be civically engaged. I'm helping President Obama with his foundation, which is a platform for civic engagement. I'm one of the co-chairs of the United States of Women, Fight for Gender Equity. I'm the chair of When We All Vote, because I want to particularly convince young people, you who are listening to this, why it is in your best interest to get engaged in this democracy and make our country what it should be to reflect your values and your priorities. And so for right now, I'm not going to run for office myself, but you should never say never.